sensational.
What up, though? This is Mike Perkins, aka Man Bun Mike, aka Michael B. Podden, aka Me So Corny, one half of MVP, one half of Opinions I Like Podcast, one half of Mike and Vince Perkins, and for this here, I am the whole show. Now, sure you've seen the thumbnail. You see the thumbnail, and no clip for this one, just an overall thought that has been echoed. You know what I mean? Because how sparingly I do these things, sometimes people beat me to the punch, but since I had the idea originally before I heard anything, I may offer some different insight on the matter. This idea that somehow it's less than masculine to live a soft guy life or to commit yourself to the soft guy era, drizzle, it's satire. It's men being funny, men approaching it from okay, let's all be silly, kind of way, and of which I think that's how men should approach a lot of this stuff that women say, that when it becomes ridiculous, just be silly about it. Don't take it seriously. A lot of this stuff is not really stuff they believe. They're just trying to throw it out there. You get the most ridiculous things that really don't work in real life. Obviously these women are having sex with guys who are not millionaires. They're having sex with guys that don't even take them out on dates. You know what I mean? There are women who not necessarily take care of dudes, but will pay bills for dudes who they're sexually attracted to, because their sexual attraction kind of overrules a lot of the logic and the things that they so-called believe in from, what they say on the internet. But given that you saw the thumbnail, pimps, pastors, and panderers have always been living the soft guy era. They've always been in their soft guy era. And that's been true for a very, very long time. Especially like for pastors. Like, who do you think is in these churches? It ain't men. It ain't men, not like that. Who do you think are in these churches? It's a lot of single moms, a lot of single women, a lot of women, though, that are patronizing the pastor and paying for the prosperity preachings. Note the alliteration. You're welcome. And giving him or financing his soft guy life. These panderers who also can double as preachers, like a Michael Todd, for example, who can write books, whereas he gives women their version of relationship that makes them feel like the way that they're doing things is okay. They can double as preachers and panderers. Those guys clearly are living a soft guy life based on women patronizing them, and the profits go to their soft guy life. See, what I find to be rather hypocritical is that you will finance a man's soft guy life if, one, you find him sexually attractive, but two, if he's saying the things that you want to hear. But when you see guys who are, again, just being funny, shout out to Mark, shout out to Goody, shout out to Goody and Mark, for the most part. Shout out to those guys. And all the white guys that are jumping on too. Like, that shit is hilarious, because clearly white guys will just pay the bills and they won't even, shut up. Shut up. They find this shit hilarious too. Owen, that's one of the guys' names. But the way that you all are taking this satirical, take on the soft guy era, and then trying to kind of flip it on, a real man would never even think to do that. It's like, do you think that was that Pastor Poppy, the guy who who's arrested a few times for beating on women, whatever? Do you think that he's not living a soft guy era, a soft guy life? He's not in his soft guy era based on women patronizing him? It was a guy, I forget his fucking name, but he was talking about how when he was in prison, he wouldn't let a girl come and visit him if she wasn't giving him like $12K. Like they owe $2,500 to come and visit him. You think he was living a soft guy life? You think Derek Jackson is not living a soft guy life? He has lied to women for essentially, let's say, a decade. And off of his lies, this guy has mansions. This guy was doing $1 million months when he was in this little, and not really a spat, but when it looked like it was Derek Jackson versus Kevin Samuels, he let out that he was having $1 million months like 5 years prior to Kevin Samuels even being on the not being on the internet, but prior to Kevin Samuels' run. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? That his run, Derek Jackson's run, still exists right now. He's still making millions of dollars right now. But his run, not at the height of it, but he was making and having $1 million months. I'm sure that was financed by women. He was in his soft guy era. Ace Metaphor, Tony Gaskins. I'm sure those guys are living a soft life based on the patronage of women. I'm sure that all of these guys are living the soft guy life. And for the pimps, and I only use it for the alliteration, what I really mean to say is not just pimps as in pimps, but pimps, but guys who are homosexuals who may have women going out working all day and giving them the money. It's a pimp. The idea that those men exist and these are the guys that women will have sex with, and then you're against the soft guy era, ma'am, you are financing some guy's soft guy era. You think what's the Steve Harvey, very successful guy, very successful guy, but his comeuppance was think like a man, act like a woman. That's his comeuppance. When he started telling women what they wanted to hear, that's when he came up. You don't think he's living the soft guy era? When men provide you with the pandering, they can live a soft life because you will finance it. And you don't care what he's saying. You don't care who he is. You don't care if it makes sense. But if it makes you feel good, you will part with your money. You will give him the soft life. There's pastors right now living in the hills based off of giving you the prosperity preaching that you want. And then, once they give it to you, and you give them your little money, you want a man like the pastor. Well, a man like the pastor, if you're giving away money, you know what I'm saying? You're financing his life. He's a soft guy. I would argue that Dr. Umar is living a soft life. Who do you think support him? It ain't niggas. I can promise you it ain't niggas. Dr. Umar is living a soft life. The reason that he won't flat out say that black women are sharing men, even though all the numbers reflect it, is because he wants to keep his soft life. He won't say most brothers don't have kids. He won't say most brothers are getting married when they do have kids. He won't say 70% of the kids are out of wedlock. This doesn't make any sense. The math ain't mathing. The only thing that makes sense is that you all are sharing men, and that's the problem. He's going to tell niggas to mentor. Step up. Marry some of these African sisters. And he hasn't. He won't do it. He won't do it. He's not going to marry any of y'all. He's not marrying y'all. He's going to fake marry 2 light-skinned chicks. Fake marry 2 light-skinned chicks. That's wonderful. I mean, you know, it's beautiful. He's living the soft guy era. He's in his soft guy era. That's what he's doing. He's SGEing. All these niggas be living a soft life. On the backs of women. And again, those are the men. They're real men. There are even guys right now who are seeing this, seeing it as a joke, and trying to get women to patronize their page and their content and buy their book based on, I'm not those kind of guys. You don't want a soft guy. You want a guy that's a real man. Buy my book. Cash App. Super Chat. They want you to finance their soft life. So, like, to bring it all to a close, the soft guy era thing, it's satire. I think that they should keep going because it is making women punch the fucking air. Keep going. Drizzle in the whole 9. Just keep going. But it is a joke, and there are real guys who are really living their soft guy era that you patronize and then you don't even care. But that's my time, man. Y'all enjoy the content and enjoy what you're hearing. Give it a like, man. Give it a comment. Give it a share. Even subscribe. You can press the subscribe button, and then you will hear all the stuff that I say. All right, thank you. This is Mike Perkins, and I am out.